So, good day everyone. Today we will be discussing the value proposition of our ideas or solutions to the problems we have discussed in the exercise planting the seed. A value proposition statement is generally defined as a clear statement that describes the value of your offering, may it be a product or a service. A value proposition statement should include the needs of the customer or your target audience, the approach in order to solve the need, the benefits of the product or service, and lastly, what is its competitive advantage against other products similar to them. So to start, the problem that I mentioned in the previous exercise was about air pollution. This is mainly focused on air pollution caused by vehicles and smoke coming from burning trashes and from industrial factories. The quality of the air we breathe has been declining through the years, and ensuring it must be our top priority since it is essentially needed daily. Therefore, we must invest in air purifiers large enough to be used in roads, factories, and other establishments. Large air purifiers are essentially better than small ones since they address the pollution problem caused by vehicles and other industrial factories.
So, who exactly is your target or person or audience or group of interest that the proposition should be addressed to?
So my target audience for this product is mainly the government, since the government has the responsibility to ensure better quality of living for the people. These air purifiers serve as a solution to the air pollution problem that has been going on for years now, since the days of the Industrial Revolution. This product can also be purchased by business owners for their factories in order to ensure the air quality around their area.
Was there an idea that came up to solve the issue in that proposition?
So this idea came to me since air purifiers nowadays are used because of the ongoing pandemic, which is the COVID-19. And these air purifiers claim to have the ability to filter the air around us. So using this idea, I thought that further research and development may help turn this idea into a reality. This idea will especially benefit us since air pollution does not only cause different environmental problems, but it is detrimental to our health as well.
Can it be turned into something profitable such as product or service? If yes or no, explain your reasons.
I think yes, since as I've said a while ago, this product can be sold to government bodies and as well as business owners for their respective businesses, especially businesses who require a lot of burning and businesses which produce a lot of smoke. So for our next presenter, we have Angel.
Hi, my name is Angel and Louis Flores. So in the previous assignment, I was focused on the segregation of garbages. So my value proposition is that you would have mini beans, and it's a it's a small it's a small trash can you can carry anywhere you can.
So who exactly is your target or person or audience or group of interest that the proposition should be addressed to?
So my target audience is it's the most I have three it's the young adults, the working adults, and the children. So it's mostly focused on the young adults.
So was there an idea that came up to solve the issue in that proposition?
Yes, that gave me an idea on solving the proposition, and that was the mini bins that I was able to come up with.
And lastly, can it be turned into something profitable such as a product or service? If yes or no, explain your reasons.
For me, yes, it is, but however, it's not a necessity to have it, but more like a business type. So business is business. That's all. So next is we're going to have Ira. Hi, Ira.
Good day, everyone. I'm Ira Victoria, and my value proposition would be about garbage collection robots. So I proposed kanang trash bot, which is an automatic robot that can collect and segregate your trash on the go. It can scan the room for garbage, and once it detects one, trash bot will automatically travel to it and place it in the right trash bins.
So Ira, who is your target person, audience of interest that the proposition should be addressed to?
There are actually three customer that I would like to target with the proposal. That would be the households, the institutions, particularly the business owners, and the recycling centers. But I'm going to focus on the households because they're one of the major waste generators.
Next, was there an idea that came up to solve the issue in that proposition?
Yes, kanang I want to integrate robotics since it is emerging nowadays, and the increasing waste generated in the city. So from the previous products that was invented, and I combined kanang the features from the previous models of the garbage collection robot, and that is why I come up with this proposal.
So can it be turned into something profitable, such as a product or service? If yes, or no, explain your reasons.
Yes, it can be commercialized, especially because the customers can opt to have a customizable designs upon buying, and they can also opt to have a humidifier within it, and also they can choose to purchase the trash boat alone or along with the smart bins, which can also help in sending information to the owner about the capacity remaining of the bin and the contents within it. And that would be all. The next would be Charmaine Yokte.
So, good day. I am Shermine Yakte, and I'm going to introduce to you my inspired R&D and innovation business with its value proposition. So, a short overview of my proposed business is somewhat like a tracking system that aims to help the individuals and families feel safe and assured against the uncertainty of the pandemic by providing a reliable and simple contact tracing tool. This application is for free, and you can make some customizations just keep on listening for further details of this later on. So my value proposition statement is e-defense against virus, the platform for your 24/7 protection. You can now go out confidently without any hesitations because e-defense against virus got your back, safe and secure.
So who exactly is your target or person or audience of interest that the proposition should be addressed to?
There is no market segmentation for my business. It could be kids 12 years old and below, adults 12 to 65 years old, and elders 65 years old and above. Because people of all ages can be infected by the virus, but my top targets are the adults aging 12 to 65 years old because they're the ones who are more capable and knowledgeable of using digital applications.
Was there an idea that came up to solve the issue in the proposition?
Yes, there was. Since the emergence of COVID-19, people have fears and hesitations to go out, thinking they might be putting themselves and families' health at stake. When a person tends to go out, he or she tends to forget or would slip out of his or her mind the health safety protocols of the COVID-19 pandemic. So, we developed e-defense against virus to get rid of your worries.
Can your proposal be turned into something profitable, such as a product or service? If yes or no, explain your reasons.
Since we're still under the pandemic period, this business can make a great profit. Options are our free app of developing agencies will use the advertising as the major revenue model for making the money on a wider scale. We could also be selling merchandise such as new design face masks, air purifiers, and sanitizers in our free application. Another is that we can develop additional features where the users can download the app for free but are required to pay for the additional or premium features. So actually, there are a lot of options that this business can make more money. So guys, which of the general issue or problem mentioned in the proposition you can relate the most? Let's start off with Joyce.
So the problem that I can relate to the most is the problem addressed by Angel mm, when we when we go out we tend to eat our snacks, for example candies. So the mini bins which she proposed will really help minimize littering, especially littering on the streets.
So for me, the the problem that I can relate the most is charming. Charming this proposition. Because since we are all affected by the COVID-19, of course, and her idea of the application is good. It's it's super what do you call that? Convenient to everyone, and it's accessible. I mean, not really accessible since not all are not. I mean, not all of us are blessed with technology. I mean, having technology.
For me, I agree with Angel because the Charmaine's idea is relevant to our issue right now since the pandemic has been going on for years and we need this application for us to mitigate the spread of the COVID-19 virus and to be safe.
For me, the most um, problem that I can relate the most is the one addressed by Joyce, since her topic is her business proposal was about on air purifiers, in which it could also relate to my address problem relating to the COVID-19 pandemic. So, guys, rate each team member, 1 as the lowest and 10 as the highest, on how the person is convincing enough with the proposition made. So, Joyce,
So for me, I was convinced by all your proposals. So my rating for all of you is 10.
So for me, I think for all of us, I mean, yeah, for all of us, for you guys, I think I would go for 9.5, since there's always room for improvement since we're still in the proposition part.
For me, I agree with Joyce. I was convinced with all of the propositions that you've made, especially since it is relevant to the issues that we're facing now in the society.
for me also, I am convinced that all of us made the proposal or like the proposition relevant, in which could be beneficial in the future business that we um, want to achieve. So, who do you think has the most convincing and the best performance in the propositions?
For me, I think the most convincing and the best performance for the proposition was Charmaine's value proposition, since her proposition is kind of unique, and since it is an app, and it is her solution is a solution to a problem we are currently experiencing, and we are still experiencing until now. So I think her problem is the most relevant to today's issue in our society.
For me, I would also go for Charmaine's proposition because it's we can relate, all of us can relate to it. I mean, yeah, all of us are experiencing the same problem, and I think her proposition was the most convincing one.
I agree with Joyce and Angel that Charmaine's proposal was the most convincing, since she has an idea in tackling the most urgent issue that we have right now. And the way that she delivered her proposal was very convincing also.
For me, I found Ira's performance was the best because her proposition, I think, can be really relevant in the future. Her solution was very futuristic.
So in conclusion, we found out today that the value proposition is an effective technique for increasing sales and for boosting the success of the marketing efforts of a company, especially a startup company. So from what we have gathered in the open discussion, we agreed that Charmaine's proposal was the best one out of all the proposals that was delivered among us. It is relevant, and it solves the urgent issues that we have right now. especially that it's been years since the start of the pandemic, and we still have many ongoing cases right now. So it would be beneficial to us to have an application just like what Charmaine proposed. I think that it will be great for a business prospect because it is unique and it can be applied for most people with smartphones. It could be convenient and it could be easily accessible. That would be all from our round-up table discussion. Thank you everyone for listening and good day.
Thank you.